Welcome boys to another YouTube video. This one is very special, so if you're watching this and you're just looking to get started into OFM, OnlyFans management, maybe you've heard about the term before, maybe you already are running an agency, etc. This video is going to be very useful because we're going to talk about exactly how to start the right way and not make any mistakes along your journey. So when it comes to starting an OFM or just in general building an OFM, it comes down to 4 simple steps, right? So step number 1 is actually the setup and the branding. Step 2 is of course outreach and getting your first couple of clients. Step 3 is the actual marketing and chatting. So this is where you're going to be making, of course, the actual income itself. And then once you've got those first 3 steps down and it's already working and you're making some money and you know what you're doing, then comes step 4, which is the best part, which is actually automating and outsourcing the actual work itself. So this is where you have some money, you hire people to do the work for you, and this is where you finally not only have that financial freedom, but now you have some time freedom as well because you have people working for you. Now, with all of that being said, in this particular video, we're going to be focusing on step number 1 because that's where it all starts. And obviously, if you fuck up step number 1, the whole thing is going to go to shit. So I'm glad you're here and you're watching it. So let's talk about the actual setup and the branding of your OFM. Step number 1, which is the actual setup and the branding, right? So what I wanted to first of all explain for everybody that's watching is please do not spend too long on the actual setup, right? So of course this entire video is going to be about it, but before I go into the practical steps, which I will be doing, I just need you to understand a lot of people waste too much fucking time. Time is of the essence, my friends. So don't waste too much time on everything that I'm about to be talking about here. If you want some context, I really recommend you spending no more than 1 week on this entire setup phase that I'm going to be talking about, right? Because what really matters a lot more is actually making money. And the setup, you don't need to overthink it. A lot of people just spend too much fucking time thinking about, oh, what color should I do this? Or what should my logo be? None of that shit really matters. However, these are the things that you need to have in place before you start. So first of all, of course, the name of the agency. This is where the whole thing starts, right? So just think about for yourself, what name would you want for your agency? I definitely would not recommend you saying something management because everybody does that. Try and just be unique, right? Just try and look at what everyone else is doing and be a little bit different. So you want to stand out from the competition, right? You also want the name to be, I mean, this is personal preference, I guess, but you don't want it to be like something a bit silly or like goofy or childish, right? Like it's a serious fucking business. It's the adult industry. So you want to make sure it's something along the vibes of, I kind of want to say a strip club, but not really a strip club, like a fucking business like that. You get what I'm trying to say, right? So ours is called Aura. I literally just came up with it literally in like 30 seconds. It was just the first one that came to my mind and I thought it sounds cool, so I went with it, and I have a fucking massive sign that says Aura. Anyway, so that's the name, right? So please don't overthink the name. If you really can't fucking think for yourself, go and chat GPT, go and Google, and I'm sure you'll find one within a few minutes. Now after that, once you've got the name, then comes the logo, right? So for us personally, like for me, the name of the agency is called Aura, and the logo is literally just the O, it's the circle, right? It's literally just that fucking red thing there. It's just that circle. It's literally as simple as that. Our logo is literally a fucking circle. Do you understand? Like, it doesn't matter, bro. No girl, no model is going to look at your business and think, yeah, cool, you have a nice logo, I'm going to work with you because of your logo. Bro, it doesn't fucking matter. Just think of a logo, draw something up. Here's a couple practical things that you can do if you can't make it yourself. Just sketch it on a piece of paper, go into fiverr.com. There'll be some fucker on there, probably from India or Philippines, who's a nice guy who knows how to do it. He'll do it for like $10. Boom, send him the sketch. He'll make it into an actual logo, and there you go. You have a logo for $10 in 5 minutes. Cool, let's move on to the next one. The next thing I've got written here is a website. So yeah, this is where most people spend time on. Some people waste too much time on a fucking name and logo itself, which baffles me because it doesn't matter. But the biggest one is the website. Most people really fucking stress about it. They think they need to have this massive, great website that they spent thousands on. Bro, it's really not that deep. In our coaching program, so if you wanted to actually invest and learn how to do this a lot quicker, not only do we teach you how to do all this stuff in a lot quicker ways, we also provide you with a website. So if that's something you're interested in, there'll be a link in the description of the YouTube video. You can check that out in your own time. Feel free. That's there for you. But in terms of a website, again, don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. Matter of fact, I've said it in a lot of previous videos before, and I still do believe it. You don't need a website, right? Like overall, is it a net positive that you have a website? Yes. The odd model will actually look at your website and think, yeah, cool, it looks legit, whatever. But overall, honestly, most people don't really give a fuck about your website, especially when you're starting out, because what the fuck are you going to put on there? You don't have any case studies, you don't have any results, you have no models you're working with. Who fucking cares, right? So if you really want to, you can make a website. Again, if you don't want to do it yourself, you can go to fiverr.com. There'll be some fucker on there that'll make it for you for like $10, $15, maybe not that cheap, maybe like $100 or so. But obviously it's going to be a bit shit. You get what you pay for, right? If you pay like 5,000, you'll get a nice website, but you really don't need to when you're starting out. So that's the website, right? Maybe you're watching this and you never liked a YouTube video before. Maybe you don't even have an account, but please, if you could, create an account and just press like on the actual YouTube video itself. It really, really matters. It helps me grow the channel, motivates me to do more of these and help you guys make some money. So yeah, leave a like, really appreciate it. Let's move on. Next is Instagram. And this is more, I mean, I put Instagram, but more so just your social media presence, right, for the agency. Again, this is another one that a lot of people waste their time on. So you just need an Instagram, maybe a Twitter as well, just a place where the girl can see that you actually have a business online, you know? And to be honest, actually, if you have a nice Instagram and a Twitter, you don't need a website, and vice versa. If you have a nice website, you don't need a fucking Instagram and Twitter. You just direct them to the website. It's basically just something that the girl can look at online and think, okay, fair enough, like it's an actual business. The guy's not just randomly popped it up out of nowhere, right? So the Instagram itself, a couple of things to mention about it. I wouldn't recommend you creating a new account and then just running with it with like 2 followers, and one of them is from your mum and the other one is you. It doesn't look that professional. It doesn't really give you the credibility. If you're going to do it, you want to go ahead and buy like 10,000, 15,000 followers. Nobody gives a fuck, again, about bought followers for a business Instagram account. Nobody really gives a fuck about it. Sure, you might get somebody who will message you, oh, but yeah, you bought followers. Okay, who gives a fuck? It's literally, you're only doing it just so the profile looks better than 0. Like, that's literally it. Again, in our coaching program, we can help you set this up. Again, it's not like such a massive thing that you need it. It doesn't matter. Like, the Instagram, again, doesn't matter too much, because again, this whole video, I just want you to focus on what actually matters, which is like making money, right? Which is outreach, getting girls, and actually making them more money, helping them with marketing, helping them with content, and yeah, making money, right? But in order to do that, you need some of these things, right? So that's why we're going through it. So yeah, so that's Instagram. Make sure you have maybe like 9 posts as well, or at least 6, so you have some content on the page. And last but not least, about Instagram itself, before we move on to the next point, content, right? So some of you might be wondering, okay, but what do I post? Like, I don't have any clients, I have no results, no testimonials, nothing, right? So this is something for, if you're watching this when you're starting out, it'll be a little bit more difficult, but with enough time that you spend online, perhaps my YouTube videos, etc., you can learn. But if you've been doing OFM for a little while, you'll have the experience in your head. You need to create content where you actually give advice, right? So for example, I'm making a YouTube video right now. I'm giving you guys advice. I get like 5-6 messages every day from girls who have seen my YouTube videos, maybe have seen a podcast of mine, etc., and they would love to work with my agency, right? And that's only because I put myself out there, I make videos, I make content, etc. If I didn't do that, nobody again gives a fuck about me, right? Nobody would see me, nobody would bother messaging me, etc., right? So the biggest tip I can give in terms of social media is just providing content and providing value within that content. So just give advice, give strategies, give tips, etc., because people appreciate that. And the way the girl's going to think is, wow, if this guy is doing this for free on his social media, what's his agency like, right? If this is the information and the value he's given for free on here, what is it like to work with him, right? So that's definitely huge. Not only for inbound leads, but then also just in general, how you brand your agency. Very important. I know a lot of people don't want to show their face. Well, fuck, man. Like, what do you want me to fucking say? Like, you don't have to, but if you want to make a lot of money very quickly, trust me, if you put your face to it, you'll scale so much faster. Now, the next one, which is very, very important, is actually the tools and the softwares that you'll need, right? Because there are like a couple of things that you really do need. So the first 2 is obviously Calendly and Zoom. Calendly and Zoom both are like 50-50. You can get it, you don't actually need it, because you can do this whole thing just for a phone call, right? You can just call the girl, you can do it that way. But if you're not going to do it through a phone call and you're going to do it through Zoom, then you need Calendly to book the call in and you take the call on the Zoom. I'm sure every single fucker knows what Zoom is by now, right? If you don't, what the fuck are you doing? All right, anyway, Calendly, I think Calendly is like $12, $15 a month, something like that. And basically the girl can book herself in for an appointment with you, and she'll get reminder emails and text messages as long as you set it up. I'm not going to explain to you how to do that. That's very straightforward. Just do it yourself or watch another YouTube video of some nerd telling you how to do that. Very, very simple. Also, make sure, like, this is another thing which is kind of going into like another video which I'll make, which is about the actual getting your first couple models, is the actual call itself, right? A lot of people don't even do calls. A lot of people message me, hey Marcus, I've been doing this for 2-3 weeks and I still don't have a model, like what's going on? And I'm like, how many interviews have you done? Like, how many calls have you done? And they're like, oh, I need to do calls. I haven't done any. I'm like, my brother, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, man. Like, you need to jump on a call because you need to meet each other through, like, virtually, like through a Zoom call, for her to trust you, for her to work with you. How else do you think she's going to trust you? Random girl online, come on. So do Calendly and Zoom, book them in. Then the next one that you definitely do need as well is either PandaDoc or DocuSign. Just choose one of them. You don't need two of them. They're both the same thing. It's just two different softwares. This is basically when the girl agrees to work with you, and you need to sign, of course, the agreement. For example, let's just say you're doing a 12-month agreement for 50%. The girl needs to, of course, sign an agreement to make sure everything is safe on her end and on your end. Maybe there's an NDA involved in it, etc. That's completely up to you, right? I'm not going to tell you what to do here, but you need a place for the girl to obviously sign the actual contract and make it legit, okay? And last but not least, this is the most important one, and you definitely need this, which is Creator Hero. And this video is actually sponsored by Creator Hero as well, and we use it ourselves. So Creator Hero is an incredible tool, and by the way, the link for that will be down below as well for Creator Hero to check out. We'll actually give you a 7-day free trial as well, completely for free. You can try it for 7 days. Creator Hero is an absolute must-have. There is so much to mention. I have an entire video, by the way, on my YouTube about what is Creator Hero and what it does, but it's an absolute must-have tool for your agency because it can do so many different things. One, it basically makes the platform, OnlyFans, spans the entire platform. You have so many options to actually add notes, keep everything organized and tracked. Once you have chatters for your agency as well, aka like once you start outsourcing it, you can track your staff members. So when do they log on? What do they do? How many messages have they sent? How much money have they made? All of these things are very important. If you don't track it, how the fuck are you going to know whether the business is going well or not, right? So very important. Creator Hero, 7-day free trial. Go ahead and click the link somewhere in the description. Very important. I need you guys to check that out. And guys, that's all you guys need in order to start an actual OnlyFans management agency. It is so easy and simple. It just does require a bit of work, right? You need to put a lot of effort into it. Same as fucking anything. If it was just easy, everybody would do it, right? So it's simple, but you just need to put in a lot of hard work, and then you're gonna get the reward, right? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got you thinking about, how you could potentially start one. If you're watching this, that means you probably have a Wi-Fi or some sort of a connection, and you're probably watching this for a phone or a laptop. That means you have everything that you need in order to start. You just need the tools. You need to set up the website, the actual logo, the name of the business, and you're ready to go. So guys, with all that being said, hope you guys start your OFM. If you want some more advice, message me on Instagram @MarcusHustle. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video. See you in a bit.